Hello, welcome to this video. Last week, Line 6 dropped a huge update to Helix 3.5, and they did a major update to the cabs. I thought this week it would be fun to, I haven't really played with this much at all because I've fortunately been away, and I thought it would be cool to do a first look and kind of just A/B test one of the quote-unquote same cabs between the legacy and the new one. So let me quickly go over the setup here that we've got, and then we'll start tweaking and listening. So I've got a looper here so that I can play some riffs and just loop them so that we're hearing exactly the same input through the amp. I've got a volume pedal here just so I can quiet that down without stopping it. And then I decided for this test to just stick with the AC30 normal and the Bluebell cab, just because I kind of know that amp, I'm comfortable with it, and because there's both a legacy version and a new version of this 2x12 Bluebell cab. So I thought, let's see how close we can get, and how different it is, and what different sounds we can get out of it, to just get a feel for like what the new cabs are all about. So the first thing I want to do is kind of match the settings and see how close we can get them. Just match the settings and see what it sounds like, and then see how close we can get them. And then after that, try to just dial in a sound that we like with the new version of the cab. So yeah, let's go. I've got a loop pre-recorded, and here we go. So that's the legacy cab. So let's just check all the different settings here. We've got it set to 57 dynamic, distance 1 inch, 57 dynamic, distance 1 inch. There's no angle on this one. Low cut 100 hertz, high cut off. Low cut 100 hertz, high cut is off. We don't have early reflections here. Whoops, I just messed that up. 100 hertz. We don't have early reflections, and level is 0. I think the level sounds pretty good. You can already tell it sounds super different. So the main thing I think I want to tweak here is just move the position around on the new cab. This is one of the new features, is that you have sort of a slider here to pick where the microphone sits in terms of centered on the cab or all the way to the edge. And sort of like there's three sort of like positions here that are special. There's center, and then right around 3 is cap edge, I think, right there. And then all the way to the edge is edge. So I'm going to kind of move the slider around and A/B back and forth, and we'll see kind of what the differences are. So I'm going to start in the center. So I'll just interrupt. It's already getting way darker than the legacy cab. So I would guess the legacy cab was captured with the microphone position somewhere closer to the center. It also just sounds a little bit better to me, a little like clearer without the fuzz, which was always something that I found annoying about most of the stock cabs, the legacy cabs in the Helix, was some like fizziness, buzziness on the top end, and I'm not hearing that from the 3.5 cab. So let's even go back to the center and check it out. I'll kind of go between the center and cap edge. So yeah, it sounds to me like somewhere around the cap edge is like the most similar sound that I can get here. This is just sort of exploratory, just to compare between the two. It doesn't really matter if we can match it or not. They're definitely very different. I was mostly curious doing this test just to see how different they actually are. And at least to my ears, I've got my ears in here. I've also got speaker in the room like I usually do. And sounds much different. What I'm hearing is a lack of that thing that I hated, which is great. The sort of papery, like fizziness on the top end, but still clear all the way through here, which is great. So let me stop that loop, if I can remember how this looper works. Okay, I did it, great. There we go, we'll clear our loop. So now I think probably what I'll do is, let's just try to dial this in on the 3.5 side and see if we can't find a good sound that we like, see what the different options are. My default is usually the 121, so let's try that out and we'll sweep the position and see what that kind of sounds like. So that's way too dark if we take that ribbon microphone and slide it to the edge. Actually, you know what I think I might do? Just to highlight what the cool stuff you could do, and we haven't really explored the higher position here, is this is what I used to do. My default with my actual amp is take a dynamic mic like this and put it basically right in between the center and the edge. Let's play around with that position and see what that sounds like. See, that's starting to get a little too dark for me. I'm losing a little bit of clarity. It's still good, still good. Actually like that. Let's bring it back. Let's try it again. Let me try my looper thing. Here we go. Now I'm just gonna slide the position back and forth and find a good spot that I. You can probably hear that what's happening when we slide it away from the center is we're getting kind of a high cut happening. So I wonder if maybe we can't compare that to like the center and then some high cut. So let me try that. Let's go position like right where we were there. See what that sounds like. If that just surprised you how little changed just now, there's not much happening from out after the cab after 5 or 6K. So you can really crank it way, way, way down before you're really going to hear a lot of difference. Yeah, so I would maybe on legacy cabs maybe even cut it even more. There, it's just getting rid of like a lot of extra high end that's mostly noise there. It's not helping. And then if we play with the angle, similarly, this is going to be a little bit of a high cut again, but also give you just a little bit of a different EQ shape here. So let's check out what that does. usually I think if you're going to use the 45 degree, you'd be doing that in combination with putting the microphone pointed more towards the center. So let me slide it there and then hit the angle, and you can hear the difference. Okay, cool. I like the sound of that. Let me figure out how to stop this. Okay, great. I like the sound of that. Maybe what I might try to do is I'll just quickly try to dial in what I would do to this cab. I think on the old one, I might bring up the early reflections a little bit, or a lot of it, and then I feel like this is where I would leave that high cut here. So let's hear how that compares to first I'll just play through it so you can hear the difference, and then we'll switch back and forth to hear how it compares to the new cab. And I have to play something. Here we go. So that is interesting, comparing this massive high cut on the Legacy to the new cab. Actually, to my ears here, didn't sound so different. Let me stop the loop and kind of feel it for a second. I can hear that paperiness. Yeah, it's ballpark, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. And to my ears and my hands, the new cabs just sound so much better. Just this test. This is the first test I've ever done on 3.5. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Have you played with it at all? Are there other cabinets that you would like me to do a comparison on like this? Maybe a few different ones. I hope they add some more different cabs. I liked they were like the ones that came with the match list or were matched to the match list, like the Celestion H or whatever. I really liked those cabs, the Legacy cabs. So I assume they'll come up with some more updated cabs in the future soon. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. If you have been, I really do appreciate it. And remember, if it sounds good, it is good.